Hi everyone, for those of you who are new to my channel, this channel is for my dog Scarlet the Yorkshire, the one you see in the picture, for the main channel. And she is my Yorkie. She's 2 years old, and I share about her life, her pregnancy, her day-to-day stuff, just random videos of her. And also I am in veterinary school right now. I have 7 more months to go, and yeah, so it's kind of an informative video. I don't know. So as everyone may have seen on the title, this is about adopting a puppy and the process and all that. This is my advice and what works for me, and just through experiences and things that I have seen, what I recommend and stuff like that. So number one, obviously you want to do your research about a puppy. So this video is going to be dedicated to adopting a puppy, specifically from a breeder. I mean, you can always go to a shelter, a rescue, all that. That is perfectly okay, and I have no objections to that. But since I know some people do spend quite a bit of money, and there's probably more likelihood of some type of a scam through this, I want to go ahead and share this information with you. So basically this is how it works. When you decide that you do want a dog, a cat, or any type of animal, obviously do your research and make sure that you get all the correct information and see if this type of animal really and truly is a type of animal that would suit your home and would be the best addition to your family. Obviously, having a pet is a forever commitment and a lifetime commitment. They are something that grow on you and you end up loving forever, and so it's always good to do the research. The best websites I know of are akc.org. They have like a whole list that you can go, like find a puppy, I think. You click on it and it has a whole list of the puppies that you could possibly, there are dog breeds that there are, and you can just pick one and kind of read through it, and they have information there, so you can always definitely go into that. That's the American Kennel Club, and that is one of the most reputable, recommended, recognized for canines and all that. And I guess I'll be directing this more to the canines since I have dogs. But when you get an animal or a pet and you say, okay, this is what I want, and when you go directly to a breeder, always contact the breeder either by text, telephone, ask them questions, and start developing a dialect, an open communication about things and how things work, if they own both of the parents, and if not, at least the mom, you know, her shots, and the dads as well, are they up to date, or the puppies, the age. And so the next step, once you have that and you talk to the breeder and you feel a little more comfortable with taking the next step, is always going to the breeder's home and directly speaking to them and getting to see what kind of environment the puppy and the mother or other puppies, you know, are in the setting, and making sure that they are healthy. I've seen people get puppies, you know, from stores and from all that, and I mean, to each his own. But to me personally, if you're going to be investing quite a bit of money, it is best to see more of the socialization, the environment, the behavior of the mother, and where the puppies are at and what they're accustomed to. That way you get a better feel of how legit things are and how healthy they will be, etc. I've heard of people taking the puppies to meet people. I've heard of other different stories. And I will tell you the bottom line to all this. Puppies should never be removed from their homes if they have a tail docking, and if not, they should not be removed from their home at all. They should be in their safe, warm environment with their mother. And obviously mama just gave birth. Like, you don't want to, you know, like us women have a child and then just get moved over to another place and then back and forth. Like, no, that's not good. It's not good for the mom. It's not good for the puppies. It causes stress for them. They don't have the immunities and the health to be able to support any big, you know, environmental changes and stuff like that, and it can affect them in their health and in the long run. So it is best to always go to the breeder. Obviously, most responsible breeders will not show the puppies till they're 5 to 6 weeks and older. You do not ever want to get a puppy that you've never seen at an older stage in life. Their coats change, their coloring changes, their attitude and personality changes, and obviously a smaller puppy, you cannot tell anything about them, and that's another big one. The other thing is, when you do meet the breeder, they're allowed to ask you questions, and you're supposed to ask them questions as well. Again, with the open communication and dialect, so both of you understand the responsibilities, the commitment, and you both feel at ease about everything. Let's say that you do love the puppy, you feel that the puppy is great. always make sure that the puppies will be 8 weeks and older. In a lot of states here in US, it is illegal to sell a puppy under 8 weeks. And those that do, I don't know why they do them. I don't know how they get away with it. But technically that is illegal, and that is not something that should be considered. Puppies need their mom, obviously, for their warmth. Moms tend to be able to discipline, and they also play with their brothers, and they learn the skills that they need for the future when they do grow up and develop to adults. And so socialization, behavior, everything plays an effect into this part of their life, their stage. And this is usually a good time at 8 weeks as well, because they're old enough to eat solid foods. They can be completely weaned off of mom, more receptive to the environmental changes and all that good stuff. So always make sure that they will be 8 weeks of age or older. And like I said, it is legal to buy a dog under 8 weeks old. Secondly, after you say, yes, I want the dog, then obviously if you're going to put a deposit or you're going to wait, whatever, don't ever feel pressure to sign anything. Don't ever feel pressure that you have to say yes or no to something. Do not commit. If something doesn't feel right, do not go for it. Trust your instinct. If something feels off or something and you don't feel at ease, then probably something is wrong, and 90% of the time it's usually right. So always keep that in mind. And once you do, if you do a contract, always make sure to read everything in the fine print, all the information and details, and ask questions about it. That way, in the end result, you won't have any, conflicting things or anything like that. Okay, so once you have achieved that and you put a deposit down, usually the breeder should be in contact with you every 1 to 2 days, sending you pictures, video, whatever is available at the moment. I know we all get busy and caught up, like I get busy and caught up, and I cannot be sending, people that have recently put a deposit down on the puppies any pictures or videos frequently. Like I said, I'm in school, I have my home, I work from home, so it's quite a bit to juggle, and with my kids here for the summer, it's, it gets busy. So just be understanding of that. But once, let's say 72 hours, which is like 3 days go by, and you do not hear anything, then you need to be aware that something is definitely wrong. Anybody can send a message. Anybody can send, hey, I'm sick, or hey, I'm busy. I'm sorry, I'll get to you tomorrow. I'm sorry. A responsible breeder will be able to always communicate with you openly and make you feel comfortable about the situation. And obviously, if you're trying to communicate with them and they're ignoring your calls or whatever excuse they have, to me that says something is wrong. And you just gotta be aware of that. Online, never judge a book by its cover. And basically that's the same thing when you go online. You can see the whole thing beautiful, painted out about a dog, all the information and all that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's a dog you're gonna get, or that the dad and the mom that are in the picture are really the parents of the puppy. So that is another reason why I always recommend better to buy a dog locally and make sure of that. That was once a person that got a puppy, and they told her it was from this dad and this mom, and she went and got him, and the puppy turned out to be completely different in coding and everything, and it ended up resulting, it was our mistake, it was from the other dad. How could you not know? And so you always need to be aware of that possibility, and that's why at a long distance you don't really know the care, you don't know a lot of the details, and you should never ever buy a dog online. I mean, there's some reputable people that can they can have their whole family put a review and say, oh, this is me, and these are my references, but what makes you guarantee that those people are legit? And so you always want to be careful with that. Also with the vet, always double check, and if you don't feel comfortable, always let the breeder know, hey, is it okay if before I get the dog we take him to a veterinarian that I know of or something like that, and that is something doable. I don't believe in shipping out pets. I don't believe in any of that sort of thing, even if they are 8 weeks or older. It does cause a lot of puppy stress, and it puts them in a very uncomfortable situation. It's bad enough they're getting separated, detached from their mother, and then all of a sudden being flown, or something like that. It's really, really hard on a puppy, and you want to take the necessary precautions, even if they're going to be okay. You don't want to expose the risk of possibly that happening, and things can go wrong. Another big thing is for you to always, when you do go pick up the puppy, make sure you have the vet information. Make sure you have credibility to everything that you've called the vet. Make sure beforehand that you have everything. Do not give the money till you do not sign the paperwork. And also, the other big thing is never buy a dog that you see online and then you call them and decide, oh, I'm going to see you at the corner store. Like, no, don't ever do that. That is absolutely one of the worst mistakes. And the best thing you can do is meet them in person, go to their home, physically see where they're at. Any responsible breeder will tell you that, and they will recommend that. And if somebody tells you otherwise, something is definitely wrong. I hate seeing people scammed. I hate seeing animals be used as an excuse to get money and basically treating them bad. That's what it is. It's neglect and abuse, and I've seen it in the past with me. I had gotten a Yorkie and everything was fine, and everything within 48 hours she was sick, and I took her to the hospital, and the vet hospital, and unfortunately she passed away. And she was a tiny cute little thing, and I loved her so much. But things happen, and if we can take a necessary extra step to ensure and make sure that what we're getting is good quality, then we have to do the research. We have to share this information and let others know. That way we do not keep committing these mistakes, and these people that are trying to scam others can be stopped, and they won't have a way to get through this. I know unfortunately this is never going to stop. I know unfortunately this is just part of life, and the only best thing for me to do here on my channel with Scarlett is to inform y'all and share what I know and my knowledge, and hopefully in some way it helps you, and in some way you all learn something. And you have to be aware that there are country, state, city, and county laws that do protect these animals, and you want to keep everything as legal and as legit and straight with everybody as you possibly can. Breeder, the owner, and the animal. That is just the best way to keep everything in order. So if you're really interested in finding a puppy, like I said, do your research and ask questions to vets, to your friends, to family. And always, if you have a bad feeling, don't do it. Do not buy a dog under 8 weeks. Do not ever sign a contract in your home with the puppy there. No, always go best to their home, to their environment, to see everything. And the breeder should always be available to answer questions. And at the most, like I said, 48 hours. Other than that, something is obviously wrong. And like I said, make sure shots, vaccines, everything is current. And also that the veterinarian that they do take the puppy to, or whatever animal you're getting to, is a reputable one with good recommendations, and it is somebody that will pick up the phone and you can talk to and ask questions and all that good stuff. So I don't want anybody to be getting scammed or be going through a difficult situation, because things do happen. But it's better for me to express and share all of this with you and let you all know the things that do happen. That way you all can make your best choice and decide and take it from there. So anyway, I wish you all the best of luck if you're finding a dog, cat, reptile, a fish, or anything, and I hope that everything works out for you. And for those of you who have gone through this, just share it with other people. That way these mistakes, these lessons learned will not happen again, and these people can be stopped. There's a lot of puppy mills, breeders that are just greedy money and don't care. And it is so sad, I don't know, it affects me a lot to see this. And I guess it is what it is. Life is not perfect, but if we can do a little bit in our part, then obviously it contributes to the safety and well-being of animals. And like I said, there's rescues, there's ASPCA, there are veterinarians, there's reputable people out there, and you just really, really got to do your research. Don't rush into anything, take your time, and everything will work out fine. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. You all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Scarlett sends her love. Bye.